Coming to you from the depths of the galaxy, bringing you hot takes, hot news, and spicy discussions about games. We are the Uneducated Gamers! This episode is brought to you by GalaxyGameTV.com and Shipping Shield, creator of the cardboard top loader alternative, environmentally safe shipping card protection made in the USA. Go to shippingshieldus.com for more details. What's up, gamers? This is the Uneducated Gamers Podcast. I'm Chris.
And I am Michael.
And, well, it's been a little bit. We took a break, but we're back.
Did we actually take a break?
Well, we sort of just, took a little blip for a few weeks as far as, recording stuff. But I guess technically we didn't take a break.
We just recorded a lot, and then we've recorded nothing, and now we're back to normal recording.
This is correct, yes. End of school year stuff, all things created equal, is a big pain in the butt for all you folks who have kids out there. You know what I'm talking about. But with that, we have had a lot of news, but let's talk, Mike, let's get some of those quick bits of news.
Super Mario Bros. Movie surpasses $1.3 billion to finally break the top 20 all-time list of grossing films at the box office.
Thank goodness. They dethroned Frozen.
Woo! You love to see it.
I did. We wanted it to happen. We were hoping it was going to happen. We got there. We made it. It
1.3 1.3 broke my prediction. I predicted 1.1/2. 1.3 definitely beat that.
But it didn't meet my expectation, which was 1.6.
No.
To beat Frozen 2, which it didn't. But
I seriously think the only thing holding that back is post-pandemic theater attendance. If we would have had pre-2020 theater attendance, this would have shot way. This probably could have maybe hit 2 billion. I could see it happening.
Yeah, it probably could. I mean, it would have at least went 1.5, right?
At least.
But it's all good. I think cracking the top 20 is a large feat, and I'm pretty excited about the about the whole thing, and I think it's good for the movie, it's good for the industry, and I think it's good for the IP of Mario. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, suck it, Frozen. Diablo 4 released today, yet some of the early access players have already reached level 100 with their characters.
This is insane. I think there's at least a half dozen YouTubers out there who had early access. So anybody who pre-ordered the game got early access to the game. And it was I think it's 5 or 6 days ahead of release or something like that. And in that time frame, there's at least a half dozen people that have reached level 100 with their characters. It's crazy.
I know there's a couple people at my LGS who were talking about them having jammed a lot of hours on it already. I don't know that either of them made it to 100 yet.
I mean, I've barely made it to level 5 right now.
Okay, but as we previously discussed, it's the end of the school year and you've got kids.
No, yeah. I mean, that's true. I'm not somebody who could just devote time to play this game. I used to a long time ago. I probably would have been one of those grinders too, but still, level 100 before release day is pretty. That's pretty dedicated, I'm gonna say.
Oh, to be that young again. Death Stranding is coming to the Mac, and Kojima Productions is working on games for the M2 Max in the future.
Yeah, so the Worldwide Developer Conference happened about 3 or so days ago, 2 days ago. And they had Kojima come out and present that Kojima Productions is creating games specifically to take advantage of the M2 architecture of the Apple Silicon computers.
Is M2 the one that uses? Are they fully ARM at this point?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
So M1 was the first iteration. M2 is the most current, which is what I have in my MacBook Pro that I recently got, and it's the one that has like it's kind of like, think of it as when the Intel i3 came out, M1 is like, I would consider it equivalent to, not equivalent, sorry. Mac people would destroy me for that, but I think from a leap perspective, it's like an i3 versus an i5, right? And when you talk about the M2 Ultra, it's like going to the i7 or even some of the more crazy Intel processors. Point is, the M2 processors that they're going to be running on are some of the fastest, CPU and GPU tunneling processing speeds that you can get today. And Kojima is like apparently now like building games specifically for Mac.
That's pretty cool.
I think it's actually only a matter of time to where game developers are going to be able to take advantage of the M2 architecture. I think that's also inherent with some of these newer game engines now that can really rapidly process motion capture and some of these other things that have really enhanced workflows and translation to other systems that I think with also Mac being, fully armed with that, I think that's only going to help them.
Yeah. It's got to be easier than ever to just compile for different architectures. It's 2023.
Yeah. So I think it's an exciting step forward. Historically, obviously, as we all know, Macs have suffered in the gaming spectrum. But I think if Kojima and company are trying to make a real effort to bring AAA games, it's only a matter of time for others to come as well.
Macs have probably suffered because of Apple's unwillingness to work with other people.
Yeah.
That's mostly why they've suffered. But I know that some of the game engines, I'm thinking Unity specifically off the top of my head. I know they're C# based, and C# has the compile anywhere runtime engine.
Yep.
So I have to assume that the other ones oftentimes do as well. So
yeah, I mean, previously the not to belabor this, and this is definitely getting out of the realm of the quick bit, but the little history here, right, is the Intel Mac. So when Macs adopted Intel, it was actually running a very different socket structure than Windows computers because it was a Mac, right?
Yeah.
So what happened was, and why Macs suffered so much with the Intel architecture, is because they didn't have a way to truly adapt their software to fully run efficiently on an Intel processor.
Sure.
So that's where, like, Apple going to their own silicon again, I think was the right move, which then a lot of us in the Apple community were like, okay, does this mean we're going to finally be able to get AAA games going back to this? And we've had them in the past, right? Like, so there's been some games that have come, like Tomb Raider has come to the Mac and so on and so forth. But, so we'll see. We'll see. Let's move on to a new segment to kind of just highlight some of the things that we're going to be talking about in the coming weeks. And I really want to tease these out because some of this is going to take some time for us to put together because some of these things have, recently released or recently been gifted to me. Thank you, Michael. But also Summer of Games. I'm going to start right into it. The first one, Summer of Games, is just a few days away, which is really crazy to think about because it feels like months ago that we were talking about a Summer Games coming. It's coming, and, well, it's here. Just in a few days.
That was, I think, one of the first episodes that I showed up on was last year's Summer Games.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for this one again.
Yeah, so, we'll definitely cover it. I don't think we're going to cover it real time, kind of like, that's our motto. We know we cover it when we cover it versus covered in real time, but I think we'll definitely bring some of our most uneducated thoughts to the Summer Games. That's for sure. Next, a game that you introduced me to that I am very excited to play more of, and I think we should potentially do a GTTV plays in some way or some fashion. I don't think it's multiplayer, but I think we could find some interesting way to do this. But Warhammer Bolt Gun, in my opinion, this thing is a freaking amazing Doom clone that is completely a nostalgia trip while also bringing a very dynamic new flavor to the genre in a way that I don't know if we've ever experienced it this way before.
It's great. I mean, it set out to do a very, very specific thing, and it accomplished it 100%. You would swear you were playing Doom with a Warhammer, like some random Warhammer mod just patched in.
The one thing that I took me a minute to figure out, though, I'm not gonna lie, this is the uneducated gamer part of what I was playing at the moment. And mainly because I just wanted to actually dive into it. But I was like, why is my gun not shooting? And it's like you start with the chain.
Oh, yeah, the chain fist or the chain sword.
So I'm trying to shoot, and I'm like, why is no bullets coming out? Like, what's going on? I'm like, oh, I need to go up to them and
Yep. Yeah, it doesn't give you a gun right off the bat. You have to pick it up in the intro level.
Yeah. It confused me at first. I got there, but it confused me at first. Next, Street Fighter 6 just released a short while ago. And I'm going to tell you, I have a lot of words about this game. And I think we should do a remote play session because I think I don't know if you get into fighting games, but I think this would be something quite interesting to try out.
I don't ever have a partner to play them with, so I've played a few different fighting games on my own, which is not that fun, and I'm very bad at them to begin with. So it'll be a massacre, but I'd be happy to play it with you.
What I'll say is that the last time that I really enjoyed a Street Fighter game was Street Fighter 3. And Street Fighter 3 came out in 1997.
Oh, wow.
So if that tells you anything, and it's kind of like a preview of that, of a discussion episode coming up about Street Fighter 6, and hopefully being able to give you an opportunity to briefly play it before we do that episode. It's gonna be a good one. And then lastly, Diablo 4, as we just discussed in the quick bits of news. I've played a very short sliver of this game. I played it during the beta, both closed beta and open beta. And I also played it during some of the break the server sessions briefly. So I have played the game a lot, but the official release version of it, I have not had an opportunity to play a ton with yet. And it's still Diablo, and it's still good, despite all of the, hubbub and controversy around it. I'm still excited to discuss this game.
I'm ready for this episode. I'm ready for you to just completely spend an hour and a half completely dumping Diablo lore and mechanics and review all over me. I've still not played a Diablo game.
I want you to play Diablo 4, and I'm going to get you to play Diablo 4 before we do that episode.
Okay. We'll do a remote play. We'll do a remote play of that one.
But those are some of the things that we got coming up that I'm excited to talk about. We have a lot. I mean, there's a lot of things happening. This summer is busy as hell for games. It's like the COVID summer of games. Really.
We've already had Sony Expo. We've got summer games coming up. Xbox Expo is pretty quick here too, isn't it? What day is that again?
Yeah. That's right. That's so today we're recording this on June 6th. It is Sunday, June 10th, 11th. What is Sunday? I think
it is the 11th. Yes.
Okay. Cool. Wow, my brain is not completely fried yet.
Nope, mine is. Mine's been gone for weeks.
But yeah, so we got Xbox, we got Summer of Games. So yeah, so that's another one. We might roll the Xbox one in with the Summer of Games because it's about the same time frame ish. So
depends how much content there is.
Yeah,
because if there's enough content for 2 episodes, well, we should definitely split it up.
Speaking of showcases, Sony is the devil. I mean, wait, sponsor us, Sony.
Sony went down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal.
Sony steals everybody's soul.
I thought that was cameras.
Oh, yeah, maybe, sort of. They're still the devil. No, but so Sony PlayStation Showcase happened not too long ago. It was actually, I think, right before Street Fighter release, so I think it's about a week ago at the time of this recording. So we're just getting the opportunity to talk about it, but our main topic today is to kind of take us through the memory lane of PlayStation Showcase and talk about all of the hot goodies that has happened. So, Mike, I'm gonna pass the mic over to you, and you let's start off with some of your deep wisdom, your highlights.
Well, the first game, I'm going to kind of just go down the order that Sony showed everything off. First game they showed off right away, before they even introduced themselves, was a new title called Fair Games. I couldn't quite get a bead on what this was. It looked like some sort of evolution on the Payday idea, but it also looks like it's a team competitive shooter. So I don't know if they've got people doing a heist and another set of people defending the heist target. It was unclear. It looks interesting. Time will tell.
Yeah, I mean, the sad part is, and this is going to become a theme in many of the areas here of this particular showcase, but this was truly just a trailer. There was no gameplay whatsoever shown. It was just saying...
lot of pre-recorded renderings. Yeah. Oof, Michael, you can talk.
And at the same time, we weren't even provided a release window for this game, so I really feel like this was just to wet the whistle kind of thing, and really we don't know a whole lot, as you've kind of sort of alluded to. But I'm interested in a new take on the Payday perspective.
Payday was fun. Payday was a lot of fun. And if you could play Payday and another group of people could control the cops on the other side, there's absolutely an idea for a game there. I think you can have something there. What I'm worried about is I almost feel like what they're trying to add in as the twist is your character-based hero power first-person shooter, and I feel like that's the current flavor of the month, and it's a little played out.
Yeah.
I was already kind of over it when they started announcing Redfall. I'm definitely over it here. And I play Overwatch, so like I enjoy that type of game, but everybody's doing it now.
Yeah, I think what I'm hoping for is kind of what you were talking about on the former, like where you were going was like cops and robbers kind of take on Payday. I think that would be fun. I think it could be actually really cool if they did it right. So we'll see. I think we know nothing at this point. Anything can change from what we just saw to what will end up coming out. So yet to be seen. I like the idea. Let's see where it goes.
Next up on the list, Helldivers 2. I had not heard of Helldivers before. This is my first intro to the franchise. It's apparently the second game of the franchise, and I swear to God, I thought it was a Starship Troopers game when it was playing, and then they said Helldivers. I'm like, whoa, what? This isn't Starship Troopers? Everything from the over poppy fascist propaganda to the fighting on alien planets and shooting giant insectoid monsters. Like, it's gotta be just a complete skin of Starship Troopers.
Yeah, so Helldivers, believe it or not, has it's been a game that's it has seen a lot of love.
It looks like fun. It looks like a lot of fun.
It's a really good game, and I'm really excited about what they do with the second one. Like, I think of Helldivers, right? I think of, honestly, it's a mix, in my opinion, of, say, like Warhammer and StarCraft. I mean, essentially speaking, that's how I would describe Helldivers, right?
Sure.
And it's a lot of freaking fun. I've played quite a bit of I played a lot of Helldivers 1, so I'm excited about Helldivers 2. Probably not a game I'm going to get day one release, but again, it's a game that's going to see a fair share of people playing it.
Next up, we got some more gameplay for Immortals of Avium. That was the Doom-style spell-weaving game that I showed off a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Like, this game is like... This is on my list. Like, this is a list. This is a list game for me right now.
This is right up my alley. I can't wait for it to come to Steam.
It's like...
It's not an exclusive, right?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
What I'm really excited about is the fact that this game truly feels like a better. It's like taking Mass Effect and BioShock and adding a lot of the Fallout elements that are good, and it had a baby.
Yeah. It's BioShock combat. That kind of spell weaving, but BioShock is really outdated. So I'm really, really happy to see somebody else taking their own approach to that style of combat. Skyrim did that a little bit, but their magic system was really dull too.
Yeah.
This is the first I've really seen that style of first-person combat really come into its own, at least from a trailer perspective.
What I'm worried about and what I'm concerned about is the visuals will not deliver on the epicness of this being an EA game. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but I did feel that some of the stuff that we saw, not the cutscenes, but the actual gameplay part of it, didn't feel like it had a lot of polish. It was almost like we're still in like if you've ever played Dragon Age.
I've played a little bit of Dragon Age, yes.
It kind of made me feel like we were stuck still in the Dragon Age like type graphics, and you know, we'll see, but I'm excited for it. I'm really, really excited for it.
Graphics are absolutely not make or break for me. I'm a mechanics guy, and this looks mechanically fun.
What I mean by graphics though is not the fidelity. It's the actual graphic the graphics as a mechanic of the game. If it's off-putting.
And sure. Yeah, I see.
So we'll see. I mean, that's the thing about Dragon Age for me was I liked the game. Sadly, there was graphical elements of the game that just took you out of the game that I just did not appreciate.
What did you think of Ghost Runner? That's the next up on the list. I think it was actually Ghost Runner 2, now that I think about it. It's a sequel.
Yeah, it was Ghost Runner 2.
That, I don't know what to think about that one. It looks like a fun first-person shooter. It does look kind of wonky and maybe shallow.
You know, so Ghost Runner, the first Ghost Runner, and I'm actually kind of surprised this is getting a sequel. At the beginning, it was slow going. People didn't really get the game very much, right? And it really suffered in the beginning with the review scores. It has since rebounded. It's now an 81 on the Metacritic, on the Metascore, 8.2 on the user score. So
good for them.
It has rebounded. So I haven't revisited that game. I think I may. But I think it's an interesting like first person, like it's I wouldn't call it a first person shooter. It's more of like a first person.
It's a first person ARPG.
Yeah.
Although I guess I don't know if it's an RPG. All I saw was action.
Yeah, I mean it has. Yes, I think. Let me see here. It's action adventure. That is the hard. Okay, Ghost Runner is a hardcore FPP slasher. FPP. What's an FPP?
First person potato slasher. Fruit Ninja 2023. Fruit Ninja VR when?
Fruit Ninja VR. That would be. Oh, that would be that'd be dizzying. Oh my god.
See, here's the problem with Ghost Runner 2 is they put it right before Phantom Blade Zero in the showcase list. So Ghost Runner 2 didn't have a chance.
Oh, okay. So FPP, yeah, you know me. Is
Del the funky Homo sapien, you guys.
Is first person perspective. Okay, sure.
It's a first person shooter without guns, is what they're trying to say, because they didn't know how to describe that either.
Yeah, exactly.
So no RPG elements.
No RPG elements, but it looks cool.
I could respect that. Not every game needs RPG elements. If it's just trying to tell a story and give you fun combat to engage with, I'm down with that. Phantom Blade Zero. Phenomenal looking game. Phenomenal.
I can't wait. This game is I'm waiting for it to be able to pre-order this damn thing, because this game is right up my alley. And I never really thought that I wanted a game like this, but now that I've seen it, I can't unsee it, and I want a game like this.
It's dark, it's bloody, it's aggressive melee content, and it's ninjas. Like what else do you want? It's evil Sekiro. This is evil Sekiro. Yami Sekiro.
All I have to say is yes. Take my check.
Ken has.
No, but I think what I will say about it outside of that is that the aesthetic alone is very interesting and very different than what we've seen. I actually think of, do you remember this game called, what was it, Mad? Is it Mad Men? Mad? It was on the Wii. Yes, it's Mad World. And that game was crazy. Like, it's like this black and white, like, very artistic style game that you don't really get to see very often. And it's basically, you're this dude. You're this dude that, you're stuck in this, like, arena thing, and you have to get out of this world. And this game, for a Wii game, I'm not gonna lie, was very surprising, and it's very comic book style.
Yeah, this looks sick.
Not saying that Phantom Blade Zero is comic book style, but it gives me those kind of contrast feeling that really, like, I think, hits home, and I really like it.
It's got that kind of like deep black mixed with grayscale as its lights sort of. It looks inked. The game looks inked because of the color palette they chose, or lack of color palette.
Except for the blood.
Except for the blood. All the blood. Yeah. But yeah, I'm going to have to figure out if I can find a copy of Mad World to play, because this looks really sick too.
So Phantom Blade Zero, definitely on my list. I'm really cool idea, and I am nothing but more excited about it.
Next up in the showcase was a little ditty about Jack and Diane.
About Jack and Diane.
Do 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 do. Sword of the Sea. It is. Yeah, what do I say about this? It reminds me of Journey.
Hold on a second. Before we move on from Phantom Blade Zero, I forgot, and I looked at my notes. One other thing that you have to talk about with Phantom Blade Zero that I think is very, very unique about this type of game. It's a Souls-like game.
Oh, yeah, I guess I just assumed it was, based on the way it is.
Well, but I think, that's an important thing, because I think of things like, what is that other samurai game? Oh, what is the...
Sekiro.
No, not Sekiro. Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, right.
And so, like, Ghost of Tsushima, in my opinion, is more of an action samurai game. Whereas, and so that's historically how some of these games have been made, right? They've been more like action. Okay, sorry. So, Sword of the Sea.
Sword of the Sea. It looks like it's quiet, it's esoteric. The trailer made it seem like lonely but cheerful kind of vibe. It looks like Journey to me, if you remember that game.
Yeah, and it's made by the same developers as Journey.
Oh yeah, well that would make sense then. Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't really have much to say about that beyond that, because they didn't really give us much information. Oh, I see now. It specifically called out Journey in the title card. I didn't see that the first time.
I think, Sword of the Sea, it follows the same fabric as their other games. So, like, Abzu, The Pathless, Journey, they really have a similar aesthetic in how they go through the storytelling perspective, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's a place for games like these. And it's not for everyone, right?
They're not. And they're a special kind. Like, they do the thing where they have not only a certain aesthetic, but the way that they're developed, it's like mechanical storytelling is the way that's what's the forward most way of telling their story.
But ultimately, I mean, it looks fun. I played Journey. I really enjoyed Journey. What I'll say though is I did get bored with Journey because I felt like it didn't hit on some notes that I really wanted it to, for me, my personal perspective. But what I see of Sword of the Sea, I do think this is a game that may take their type of storytelling and their type of game mechanic and bring it into a perspective that maybe I could potentially enjoy. So we'll see. I mean, I'll check it out when it comes out, just like I did when Journey came out.
Sure. I think it's definitely one that I'll pick up on sale and play through, kind of like I did with Journey. Next up on the showcase, the sequel to the Talos Principle. I am on the fence about this one, because the Talos Principle was like, yeah, this is a really solid puzzle game. I felt like it was a bit lofty for what it was trying to do. You know, people are like, it's like, it hits me the same way that Ghost in the Shell hit me, where I'm like, okay, I could see why for early 2000s this was a big deal, but like, it insists upon itself, Lois. Like, I don't think it's actually saying anything that profound, but it really wants you to believe it is. So
yes, you know, when I first started watching this trailer, and I'm gonna be very honest with you, I have never heard of the Talos Principle before I saw this trailer. I thought this was going to be another Portal game when I started seeing the trailer. But watching it and like sort of like kind of digesting what it's trying to tell you, here's the thing. It's a trailer.
Yeah.
And
they didn't really give us an inclination of what the gameplay was going to be like.
No. And so for me, it's very, we'll see, a wait and see kind of thing, kind of like fair game, right? So, I mean, it looks cool. The trailer looks cool.
It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous to look at. It's going to be atmosphere through the roof. I'm expecting another solid puzzle game with things to explore and Easter eggs to uncover, which is fun. I don't have confidence the game is going to be nearly as grand as it wants you to think it is. Descartes made a puzzle game. Cool. Cool. It's good. That's all I have to say about that. Puzzle games are good. Puzzle games are good. Did you see there was a... Oh, what was it called? Donkey talked about it. It was a parody of, not Myst, but it was a parody of The Witness that had like really stupid anti-puzzles in it.
Oh, really?
It was called like The Looker or something.
Okay.
It's a fan-made parody. It's not even on Steam. You have to like download it separate.
Huh. I may or may not try and check that out.
All right. What came after Talos Principle? We've got Neva. Neva? Neva.
Never?
Neva.
Never?
Never gonna give you a...
Never want to see another trailer again. Oh, but we just did.
We just did. Again, I don't know what this game is trying to be. They didn't give a whole lot of information other than a trailer that made you think it wanted to be loftier than it was. Kind of Dark Soulsian. It gives me vibes from the big dog fight in Dark Souls. Kind of reminded me of the Dog Spirit game that I always forget the name of.
I'm just really confused what this game is trying to tell you what it's going to be.
Samurai sword, something something spirit, something something died, evil demons. You gotta chop the demons to save the puppy. You gotta chop the demons to save the puppy, but it's in 2D. That's all I got. There's literally nothing else you can grasp from this.
No.
It's a weird trailer.
It is. Again, this might be one of those, it's like a wait and see, you know? But, I mean, I think it seems interesting. but I mean it's hard to tell for sure.
My gut says either platformer or 2D action, but I have no basis for that.
Yeah, I mean, there's truly nothing here that's giving us any inclination, but intrigued nonetheless. Just if anything, the art style, I like what they have here. Hopefully, the art style translates into the game.
Yeah, I agree. Now, for a game that I'm a little bit embarrassed on how into I was, Cat Quest Pirates of the Caribbean.
How can you be embarrassed by this game?
This game right up my alley.
This game is, in my opinion, Game of the Year contender. If anything, for the name of the game, period.
Cat Quest Pirates of the Caribbean. Please tell me Johnny Depp is involved with this somehow. Even if he just shows up to record one meow that they then repeat in the entire game with every NPC cat.
all you'd have to do would be like, it'd be like, he'd be like, meow.
All right, we got a deal for you, Johnny Depp. You don't even have to be sober. In fact, show up as blitzed as you possibly can. We just need you to give a sultry meow while you're blitzed out of your mind. We need that one voice sample for this game.
And that would probably be like, meow.
Cut, print, Game of the Year.
No, but you know what? This game looks fantastic. And I don't know if this gives you vibes of this, but this gives me old school Final Fantasy vibes.
Does it really?
It does. It's like old school Final Fantasy meets like
Tunic?
Oh, what? Yes, thank you. That's the other game I was thinking of, Tunic. And it's one of those things where it just mashes. It's a mashup of game styles that I think for some strange, odd reason works. Or at least it looks like it works.
It's fun to look at. The gameplay looks fun. I hope it's long enough and it has enough depth to keep me entertained as like a full game, because I'm definitely going to want to play this.
It needs to surpass the 10-hour mark to, I think, achieve on that, in my opinion. I don't know if that
I think you're right.
Perspective is.
I think you're right.
Yeah,
well, especially because it looks like it's going to have some RPG and like world travel stuff. Like you just have to find a way to make that, to have the depth to justify those mechanics.
Yeah.
I also think it's really funny that we were raving about Phantom Zero, which is like the polar opposite of this game. Both look really fun.
Yeah, I mean, yes, yeah. Yeah, no, I hear you. I think it's funny because it's like a polar conversation, but I think that just speaks volumes to the breadth of games that we talk about and we'd like to play on this podcast.
Now on to a game that I know is popular among a lot of people. I keep hearing buzz about this. I still have no idea. I just don't understand.
It's Splatoon with foam.
I don't understand Splatoon. What is that game? What is it?
It's ink.
Is it just paintball? Or like...
Yeah, it's like paintball, but you use the ink as an element of the game. Foam Stars is the same thing, except foam is, it becomes a level of,
So your ammunition becomes part of the terrain after you fire it, is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Where with Splatoon, where it's different is you use the ink to traverse through areas of the game, right? And
but how do you win?
I'd have to ask my 8-year-old child.
Okay, so clearly they're creating terrain and they're skating around it. But like, do you? It's like if it's paintball, do you like shoot people and they have to go back to a respawn zone and then come back and join the game? And then there's like a point tally. Like, I guess I just don't understand. I don't understand the rules of this game. There's just a lot of colors being thrown around, and I think I'm just not the target audience. It looks fun though. Like, if you had any idea what this game was, I'm sure you'd be a lot of fun. It between the two, this probably actually does look, just from the trailer, better than Splatoon does.
So Splatoon is fun. I still don't get it to this day, I'll be honest with you. But I don't play a lot of it. My kids play it. I don't.
If you're looking for a shooter game for a younger audience, this is what you get them. Absolutely. I could see that.
Yeah. I think it's, regardless of that, it's a competitor to a game that doesn't have a current competitor, and that is Splatoon. And so I think, and it's not Fortnite. So I think it's an interesting take, and we'll hopefully they deliver on it.
It also doesn't help that for whatever reason, in my brain, Foam Stars is like a hyper-sexualized name for a game. And I can't like quite figure out why I think that, but it's messing with my perception of this trailer. Go back and watch this trailer with that in mind.
Maybe we move on.
The Plucky Squire, a game which I had talked about back when we did the Devolver episode, and we got to see more gameplay, a little more of the art style and the way the art styles morph from 2D to 3D. And this game just looks like a really, really fun art piece. I don't know how deep the actual gameplay is going to be, but just as a visual feast, it looks like a great game.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting. It's like a Paper Mario meets Pokemon kind of thing.
I'm seeing more like old school Zelda than Pokemon.
Yeah, maybe that's the case. But it's interesting because you jump worlds, and jumping worlds has you come out of your 2D area and brings you into 3D area, and then you move into another 2D area. It actually it reminds me of, and this is the parent in me, but this reminds me of like Blue's Clues. Also,
the art style, I could see that.
Yeah, like where you're jumping in and out of like cartoon to real world kind of thing, and it's really
Blue
interesting.
Skid Dude, we can too.
Blue Skidoo, we can too. But yeah,
that was way too accurate.
I'll be honest with you. Plucky Squire looks very interesting to me. I hope it delivers on how fun it looks on a trailer.
They're doing the Pixar thing, right? Where Pixar says, all right, we have an idea. We want to test to see what our computers can do, so we're going to make this movie explicitly to see what we can do from a rendering perspective. This game looks like that same philosophy, but they're like, all right, we want to try to make a game where we're just bouncing between 2D and 3D perspectives and interacting with both cartoon and real-world looking objects at the same time, seamlessly. Let's create a game around that philosophy, and this is what they came up with. And I just applaud that attempt to just do something different.
Yeah. No, I agree. I'm excited to see what it comes out. What it looks like when it comes out, for sure.
Absolutely. What do we got here next? Oh, this was a game that I'm almost certain got showed off. I don't know if it was at Last Summer Games, but somewhere between Last Summer Games and this expo, I saw trailers for this game at some point.
Gamescom 2020.
Is that what it was?
Yep.
2020? Was that far back?
Yep.
Wow. Anyway, it looks like fun. It's the name of this game was Teardown, and it looks to me basically like it's not Legos, but that's the aesthetic they're trying to go for. But it's a quote unquote not Lego heist game.
It's really like a mix between Lego and Minecraft.
Yeah, everything like breaks into like bricks like Lego does. It's got that really blocky aesthetic to it. It's supposed to be, from what I remember, it's a situation puzzle game with really really open answers to it. So you can try to solve the puzzle in any which way you can think of, as long as you can pull it off. Kind of like Hitman, if you've played those games.
Yep.
But it's there's way more wacky things you can do, like blow up buildings and hijack cars and whatever have you. I hope to God that this game gets some sort of multiplayer support, because this would be really fun to play in multiplayer. And I would love to see this game get like a really solid modding community behind it. Could you imagine what the modding community would do with this? It would be something almost to the scale of like not Gerald's Game. That's a Stephen King story. What's the one where the entire game is their Gmod? Jerry's mod.
Yeah. So
not the Stephen King story about degloving.
So I don't know if you know this, but you could buy Teardown on Steam.
Yes.
So Teardown is a game that came out in April on PC. And so this is like the kind of the console announcement for it.
Okay. But I didn't realize it was already out for Steam.
Yeah, it is. I had to actually look it up. It went early access in 2020, and then it would spent 2 years in the oven, and then essentially, got a release date in 2022 on Steam.
All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and wish list that.
And there's a modding community behind it on the PC already, which is kind of cool.
Oh man, that's so great. The modders are gonna just have the whole world of fun to do with this game. It looks like it's so conducive to it. Really excited to see what people come up with.
It's sad to say, though, I don't think it's multiplayer.
Maybe if it's not natively, the modders will figure it out.
No, it is single player.
The modders figured out how to make Skyrim multiplayer. They can figure out how to make Teardown multiplayer.
Fair enough. But I think it's actually kind of cool that this game is coming to console. It's coming to Switch. It's coming to PS5 and Xbox.
Ooh, this would be a really great game to play on Switch. That might be where I buy it. I mean, I'll get it on Steam too, but this is one I would love to play on Switch.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. So I think overall the fact that it's getting a console release speaks volumes to the quality of the game.
Absolutely.
And yes, I just put it on my wish list. Okay.
Right. Now, this trailer...
I don't want to talk about this game. Kojima's not involved with it. I don't want to talk about it.
You don't want to talk about this game?
No, we'll talk about it. No, but I'm a little bit of a purist when it comes to Kojima games, and if Kojima is not part of a Metal Gear game that's coming out, that's a remake or a remaster,
I
I
mean,
don't
I
know if
get
it's
it.
gonna.
I didn't realize
I don't think
Kojima didn't have a part in this.
I no yeah. I could be wrong, but as far as I'm aware, any collaboration is not happening with Kojima and Konami on this one.
So how did
This
they
is
get the rights to? Because okay,
they own it.
for context
Yeah.
here, Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater is getting a remake, and
Yep.
they've got the first three Metal Gear Solid games as a master collection.
Yes.
That's
Which is
the section of the showcase we're on. I did not realize Kojima was not involved at this time, and I'm really curious how they got to do all these remasters slash remakes if he's not there.
because they own the rights to the franchise, not Kojima. So one of his consolations of leaving Konami was he gave up his rights.
Okay, that's pretty sad. With an artist that high profile with that specific sort of design taste, it's really sad to not see them involved in that.
Yeah. And I know I jumped the gun on that one, but when I saw this trailer, I was like, boo. Like, we wanted this remake. So Snake Eater remake, I think, would have been great like 2 or 3 years ago when Kojima was still around, and in good terms with Konami, but sadly that's not the case. Look, I have to get over it. Many of the Metal Gear Solid fans, we need to kind of get over it at some point here, that Kojima is just not going to be involved with this franchise anymore, and it has to go on, right? Like, we need remasters of these games. Well, we don't need them, but
They're
we
old
want
enough
them.
that they're old enough and they're popular enough that it's worth it too, in my opinion.
Yes, agreed.
Because the first Metal Gear, was that original Nintendo? I think it was an NES game, wasn't
yes?
it? First Metal Gear.
I'm pretty certain that the first Metal Gear game was NES only. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're old.
Oh yeah, very old.
Pushing
Very
50 years old here.
Yeah, Metal Gear has been around for ages. Now, I don't believe the first Metal Gear game though was a Kojima game though. I don't believe.
I might not have been.
I believe the first Metal Gear game was let me see. I'm trying to take a look. Oh no, it was. Now I'm wrong. Kojima was the creator of the Metal Gear series.
Okay. Well,
so
I know that it is possible to remake or remaster games with a new studio or a new set of developers behind that weren't involved with the original trilogy. It can be done. Yeah. The biggest, most recent ones in my mind are the Crash Bandicoot trilogy remakes, because Naughty Dog did not have anything to do with the new ones. It was done by blanking on the name, but it wasn't Naughty Dog. And I think similarly, the Spyro Reignited trilogy also was a different dev team, but don't quote me on that. But both of those were fantastic remakes. They were fantastic.
Yeah. No, you know what? I think they'll be fine. I'm just very disappointed how the whole Kojima split happened with all that.
Oh, sure.
And I feel like he got the raw deal of the end of that, but at the same time, I'm excited for it because this is a game. Oh my goodness, Metal Gear Solid 3. Like, this game came out in 2004. This was a phenomenal game, and is probably the height of the series, in my opinion. And I think this is a game that's going to be well worth a remake for. Sad that Kojima's not involved with it, but I will still go in with open eyes to hopefully be able to play the game.
I'd love to play it too. I'm going to at least give it a try. Gotta be better than the Silent Hill.
Oh, Silent Hill.
The Silent Hill remasters is what I was trying to make reference back to.
Got it.
Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater has got to be better than the Silent Hill remaster. That was a complete garbage fire.
Yeah, I would agree, and I think it will be.
Although that was Konami also, right?
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. Okay, we'll see.
We'll see. I will have to say, to their credit, I didn't fully realize what this trailer was going to be when it started. I'm like, oh, ants, cool. And then there's ants on a lizard. I'm like, oh, that's kind of creepy. A lizard gets picked up by a bird. And I'm like, all of a sudden they're in the bayou. There's crocodiles and anacondas fighting. Like, I shat my pants during this trailer. Like, what is happening?
Yeah. No, it was a good trailer. But that's what it was.
It's a good trailer. This game, I wasn't sure what to think of. Towers of Agazba. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Looks like it's kind of trying to be a Souls-like / just adventure game.
It's like a Souls-like Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, that was my thought as I'm watching this. I'm like, I don't know if this is actually good. It looks like it's they just released Tears of the Kingdom, so like this game just isn't gonna have a chance. I think
it could potentially have a cult following.
Sure, it doesn't look like a bad game, but there's so many better options.
The interesting part about it is the world building piece of it, which they didn't completely expand upon, but it seemed like you could build your own world, which was, I was confused by that part of the mechanic, and I'm like, huh.
There's like a city builder element to it.
Yeah. So, my perspective of this game is it looks. I mean, okay. I think of it this way. I think it's like Breath of the Wild meets No Man's Sky with Souls-like.
I think you're putting a lot of ambition there on a game that doesn't look like it's going to be actually that ambitious.
Right. But that's the thing. That is what I kind of interpreted when I saw this. Because it's like the world building piece of it, you get that in No Man's Sky, right? It looks like things are potentially procedural in this game, right? You have...
Is it? Is that what it looks like?
Yeah, sort of. It just really depends. Like, you don't see a lot here, and that is the problem with these, like, trailers.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't give you a whole lot of information.
So you see No Man's Sky. I see more of, like, Astroneer.
Oh, yeah.
That more level. Like, not nearly as grand or wide scoping as No Man's Sky tries to be.
Yeah. No, I think that's completely a fair comparison. So we'll see. I mean, it looks interesting. For me, it's a wait and see.
It's a wait and see. I mean, points for Sky Whales. Points for Sky Whales.
Well, and that's where the Skyrim, not Skyrim, No Man's Sky for me, right? Like that is a lot of the stuff that I saw in there from an environmental perspective seemed very No Man's Sky-ish.
With the megafauna and the... Yeah. All right. Here's where Chris gets to be excited. The next one up is the Final Fantasy 16 trailer.
The mature Final Fantasy.
Oh, is this the first rated M one?
Rated M.
All right. Well, we'll see. I I want you to say good things about it because I don't know if I have good things to say about it.
So, when it comes to Final Fantasy trailers, what I'm going to tell you is they generally are not for Western audiences. Plain and simple. That's
much I can tell.
Final Fantasy is not trying to sell. Sorry, Final Fantasy trailers are not trying to sell to Western audiences. Period. That's just not their. That's not their target demographic. And it hasn't been for years. Which is funny because a lot of people put a lot of weight in the Final Fantasy series in the Western market. But what I'll say is I like the story of what they're trying to tell here. It's a very mature story. It's a very different take on the Final Fantasy IP. I'm not changing my pre-order. I'm still buying the game. I'm still going to play it when it comes out and what have you. I am a little concerned about the story that they're trying to tell that is trying to be mature but really kind of just falls flat. I'm reading between the lines a little bit on this one.
That's most of where I'm sitting.
So we'll see. I think again, I still stick to my guns on this. These trailers that they create for Final Fantasy, they are often not. They're not specifically targeting a Western market.
I'm interested what you're trying to say by saying that, because like obviously there's a difference between an Eastern philosophy game and a Western philosophy game.
Yeah.
And this is very clearly in the camp of Eastern philosophy game, especially with like all the Final Fantasy is always about like kill the kaiju, something government oppression, even a little bit of cyberpunk in there, which is usually more of an Eastern storyline. But yeah, it feels like they're trying to go really dark and gritty with this, and it's hilariously bad. Like, the game is beautiful to look at, the gameplay looks like it would be fun, but like, oh my god, that dialogue is just god-awful.
And Final Fantasy has always been such, right? You don't play Final Fantasy for the dialogue. And if you play Final Fantasy for the dialogue, you are going to be sorely disappointed.
Yeah, I can't get over that. I just can't.
And that's why I say, Final Fantasy is not, their target demographic is not the Western market, right? Is because of that. Which is funny because people are like, oh, well, Final Fantasy hasn't evolved since the original Final Fantasy. And
that's definitely not true. That is not true in the slightest.
No, they have not evolved in their storytelling type of format. Like, it's been the same. Final Fantasy's storytelling has been the same. It's blueprinted. They don't change their formula ever.
That's fair.
And they haven't. The games have changed. Their mechanics
games have changed radically.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm still. Some people would call me a Final Fantasy fanboy who just will buy Final Fantasy because it's Final Fantasy, and that's not true because there are Final Fantasy games that I will not play. Period. Like Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy, like I think it's like 13, no, 14? Yeah, 14. God awful. I love the mechanics of the game. Like, it's like an open world action RPG, which I think they really tried to do back in the day, like in the Final Fantasy 9 and 10 days. And they did it okay, but it wasn't great. They did it better with 13, 14, whichever one it was. I can't remember now. Oh, I have it behind me. Final Fantasy... no, 15. Sorry, Final Fantasy 15. But... And they had a lot of great RPG elements, but the story was god awful, and the dialogue was, and the game and the character interaction was just absolutely atrocious. But the saving grace of Final Fantasy 15 was the mechanic of the game. I'm really hoping Final Fantasy 16 they get them both right. That's what I'm hoping for. And that's my rolling the dice. Hopefully I don't get craps. And it's a better game than Final Fantasy 15.
If you're already a fan of the series, despite the storytelling and the dialogue choices, this looks like it's going to be a good entry in the series.
Yes, but they need to get out of this. Our target demographic is not the Western market, because it's just annoying. Like, you gotta, like, when you have time, like in your free time, just go look at some of the stuff that's on YouTube for Final Fantasy 15.
Free time?
And I think you'll understand more or better where I'm coming from there. Again, being a Final Fantasy fan, I'm going to say something, though, is Final Fantasy 15 to me was a trash fire of a story, and all I liked about the game was the mechanics. Final Fantasy 7 Remake, despite my gripes with Sony and despite my displeasure of how they decided to release that game, by far, that is the quintessential Final Fantasy game.
Good. I'm glad that one turned out well. I saw the trailers for that, and I saw some early gameplay for FF7 Remake, and I didn't have the immediate visceral reaction to the story and the dialogue as I did when I saw this trailer.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. In all intents and purposes, they nailed it.
All right, what do we got here?
Alan Wake 2, excited, can't wait. I am a massive fan of the Alan Wake series.
I have not played anything from Alan Wake yet, but this trailer is like this trailer's got me hooked.
So me and Joe, we talked a bit about Alan Wake back in when Alan Wake Remaster was announced, right? So Alan Wake Remaster was announced, and it came out, and subsequently came out because they were leading up to Alan Wake 2. And I was telling the audience and telling Joe, like, Alan Wake is one of those very few games that it will make me jump. It will make me, like, get the willies playing that game, because it is a true horror game, in my opinion, in that way, of the way that it does storytelling within the game. It's phenomenal. Like, excellent. I really enjoy it. I wish we had more games like Alan Wake.
There's so few good horror games.
Yes, I
just
would
like
agree.
There's so few good horror movies and so few good horror books.
Dead Space freaking does it to a T.
Dead Space is great. I still haven't. I said I was going to buy it at launch, and I still haven't. I need to.
It's fantastic. You'll enjoy it.
I loved the original, so I'm ecstatic that the remake is good.
The one thing I'll tell you about the remake, right? The remake for Dead Space is essentially a 1-to-1. They didn't add anything, right? Generally speaking, it's a true 1-to-1 remake. However, the atmospheric part of the game is like taken up to a whole new level that I think does a lot of justice to the game.
Excellent. Yeah, and I haven't played the original Dead Space in probably a decade, so starting over with a completely refreshed engine with a lot of love put into it is going to be choice. USDA choice.
Yeehaw!
All right, now we got AC Mirage.
Yeah.
I will say this game looks really good, like aesthetically beautiful.
As generally most Assassin's Creed games are.
This is true. They've always looked good. It looks, but
it's another Assassin's Creed game.
They're fine. Some of them are poopy bad, but for the most part, they're fine. I've kind of been bored with them since Assassin's Creed. I don't even think I played very much of Black Flag. And I kind of haven't touched them since then.
So I really like Black Flag. I think Black Flag is, in my opinion, my favorite of the series. The next one that I would say is my next favorite is Odyssey. And that's just because I really liked the kind of the setting of the Greek god setting kind of thing.
Sure.
Syndicate was okay, but otherwise.
Is Odyssey the one like the latest one?
No.
Or no, that was Origins.
Origins was the latest one. Odyssey was right before Origins.
Got it.
And I wasn't a big fan of Origins.
I heard it didn't do very well.
Yeah, it was fine. I really liked Odyssey. Like I really do believe that game is underrated. I think it's a very well put together game.
I really should play through the series again. It's a really important game series historically. I think it influenced a lot. I think it's probably the first real game series since the original Tomb Raider that really perfected like the kind of movement and parkour style gameplay that it focused around.
I would agree. Like, and I'm showing you this. Like, there's not very many games that I'll buy a hardcover guide to.
Sure.
And so that's what I'm showing on the screen here.
You'll like this. Guess what I have? Let's see here. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Oh, is it not on my bookshelf? Where did it end up? It's gotta be here. I have... Did I actually get rid of it? I might have. No, it's somewhere in the house. Somewhere in this house, I have the hardcover special edition Vault Dwellers Survival Guide that came with Fallout 4. Yeah, that one. I got it. Because I was so excited for Fallout 4 when it launched, and then it was like, oh, well, this has very little replayability.
Womp womp.
Womp womp.
Yeah, Yeah. That was one of. This was a Fallout 4 and actually Cyberpunk. Those two were at least from a launch perspective were very, very, very disappointing games.
I still do go back to Fallout 4 sometimes when I want. I just need some enjoyable first-person combat and a little bit of item collection, a little bit of RPG, but nothing I have to pay a lot of attention to.
Yeah,
because mechanically, Fallout 4, the core gameplay loop is actually really fun.
The core game of it, the rest of it is very.
It's not good. It's not a good game. But the core gameplay loop is genuinely engaging and well thought out.
You know what I just reinstalled, or not reinstalled, but you know what I just installed on my PC?
What you got?
Fallout 2.
I have the entire series. I have Fallout, Fallout 2, 3, New Vegas, 4. I had 76 at some point, and played like 5 minutes of it and said this is crap, and then got rid of it.
You know, you know what
Um,
I did? So I pre-ordered Fallout 76, and then they came out with the B.E. A, the beta, break
yeah,
it break and whatever break. Then they were like break a blah 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 blah, and I'm like, and so I played it, and the first hour of playing it, I turned off my computer and canceled my pre-order of Fallout 76.
my my cousin convinced me to get it on launch day with him so we could play it together, and we got it. I think we had played the beta, so we got it not for full price. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, we played like a couple hours of it, and then he's like, "I genuinely feel bad. I made you waste the money on this game."
Yeah. I do hear though it is better now, and since I can get it on the Game Pass, I may just load it up just for the hell of it and try it and see what it's like today.
If you already
Um,
have Game Pass, and so you can play it for effectively free, it's not
yeah,
the worst thing to ever grace this earth.
yeah. So I might poke at it again, but that game, man, it was an insta cancel for me, and I don't cancel pre-orders very often. When I'm like I'm gonna commit to it, I commit to it. No, this one I was like, no, f that. Nope, not happening. Sorry, delete.
I had the really horrible experience in Fallout 76 where like there was in one of the early regions there's like a barn or something that it's one of those things where it's a public area, right? So you people can come in and help you like conquer the barn, and
Yeah,
it's got some like crafting tables in it or whatever. Well, I conquered this barn, and I spent like 2.5 hours retrofitting it and like fortifying it, putting like turrets all over. So I'm like, all right, this is gonna be my fortress. This is gonna be my fortress in Fallout 76. All right, well, I was done for the day, so I did that, booted the game up again the next day, wiped out. Because of course it is. It was a public area. Like, why? Why?
so wait a minute, how did we land on Fallout?
We were talking about games that overstayed their welcome by going
Yeah,
on too long and having not good developers working on them.
yeah,
Assassin's
okay.
Creed Mirage,
Assassin's
everybody.
Creed. Yes, Assassin's Creed Mirage takes you down the Fallout path.
That's what it feels like. It's really sad because it was Fallout also was a series that was historically relevant to the gaming industry, and both of them kind of need a reinvigoration. I would love to see like a Fallout 5 or a Fallout 6 that's just like really fresh. Give me a Fallout 5 that's got like Metro Last Light vibes, and I will be with you all the way.
I honestly, I would be fine if Fallout would just die out and fade away. I think Bethesda's iteration of Fallout is tired, old, and done.
Give it to id.
Well, or give it back to Obsidian.
Oh yes, let id and Obsidian take a crack at it.
Yeah,
Let
that's all
them.
I have to say.
We'll get Metro Last Light with a morality system. That's what I want. That's what I want out of Fallout 5.
Have you played Outer Worlds yet?
I haven't.
Oh God, you have to. Like, to me, so that is what Fallout should be today, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Pretty close to it, anyways.
I got my buddies really likes Outer Worlds, but he says it does not have good replayability. He says you play it once and then you put it down.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, that is absolutely that is a fair statement. But, if you can't play Fallout, you're one step ahead.
Fair enough. Street Fighter 6. Go off, buddy. Tell me about this.
It's great. I'll save a lot of what I have to say for the episode that we do on it, because I think this deserves an episode. But Street Fighter 6, I would agree, in a lot of instances, a lot of people scratch their head at the story mode a little bit. And I was a little concerned about it when I first booted it up. But so far, I'm actually impressed with it. I think it's a little bit better than meets the eye, basically.
This was another one where it's like, all right, this dialogue is garbage. But it's a Street Fighter game. It's a Street Fighter game. Like, it's tongue in cheek. It's not like Final Fantasy where it's trying to take itself so seriously.
Right. No, it's Street Fighter. It definitely does. It has never taken itself seriously. I mean, come on. Like, the characters alone, like they're the character models in this game, by the way,
are
bananas.
Hilarious.
They're bananas. They're awesome. Like, they're perfect. They're absolutely perfect. And I like every bit about it, the game. I think the controls are very tight. There's just a lot to say about it that I just don't want to go down that rabbit hole right now. But this game is fantastic. It's very impressive. And like I said, I can't remember if I said it at the beginning of the episode or if it was in our pre-roll before we started, but the last Street Fighter game that I really enjoyed playing was Street Fighter 3. It was
that's been a bit. It's been a bit.
And Street Fighter 3 Tournament Edition. That's 1997, folks.
Yeah.
1997. So for me to dust that off and play that for a while, for somebody who plays Mortal Kombat and Soul Calibur a lot, and to play Street Fighter again and really enjoy myself, that's something to say.
Here's another one that I missed putting into the notes sheet: Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. And I'm genuinely just not into anime games. They give me weird vibes for whatever reason that I can't explain. But this one is like, there's some elements here that I think it's got going for it. It looks like a squad-based Souls-like. And that's new to me. That seems interesting.
Yeah, so so I struggled. I kind of struggled with this game until I watched some like extended gameplay. And I kind of actually get the game now. I feel like this game is very Fable-like.
Yeah, that's what it's kind of reminding me of.
And
Monster Hunter, Fable, Love Child.
Yeah. And so from my perspective, what they showed in a showcase didn't really feel representative of truly what this game is capable of, right? Like, I think I don't know. Like, it was funny. You're not wrong, because I completely had that exact reaction to the trailer. I was like, oh, well, that sucks. I don't know about this. But then after seeing some of this extended gameplay, I was like, ooh, this is like Fable, but taken up a notch. And I was like, okay, I'm interested. We'll see where this goes.
I'm gonna keep my eye on it. I don't know if I'll ever end up getting it, but I'm gonna keep my eye on it.
Yeah, I mean, this is something, again, this is for me, it's a wait and see, just because I'm hoping that it's better than what was shown in the Sony showcase.
Do we know if it's actually going to be like cooperative multiplayer, or is it just AI squad?
I have not I have not dug deep into it, but I have not seen anything definitively on it yet.
Okay. Next game that I have on here is actually something I'm really interested in. It's called Ultros. Do you remember this one?
Yeah.
This, to me, what are the specific wording I chose on here? Oh yes, Hollow Knight in the sky with diamonds. It was my notes for this game. This looks like Hollow Knight on acid. It's very, very colorful and very, very dark at the same time. Looks like a Metroidvania 2D style. It's beautiful to look at, and it looks like a great game to play. That disgusting SS diarrhea monster that comes out as the boss is just the best. That's probably a reference only I get.
I think what I'll say is it looks cool. It looks interesting. But I'm wondering how much it separates itself from what else has been released out there, like things like Bloodstained or some of the other games that kind of fall into the same genre. And the answer might be there are things, and we just don't know it yet, right? But I'm intrigued. I'll keep my left eye open and wait and see what happens with this one. It looks interesting.
I'll be honest, I don't know if it really will do anything different than, say, Hollow Knight, but the aesthetic and the animations are so gorgeous to me that it's probably just going to be an auto buy for me.
Yeah,
like I just need to play this game. If it's nothing more than an LSD flavored Hollow Knight DLC, I will be happy.
All right, that's fair. All right, so what are some of the last quick hits that we have here going on?
Some of the last quick hits. There's actually a lot left. We're only 2/3 of the way through this.
Oh no!
We could skip some if you want. We should probably cover all the VR stuff. Not cover all the VR stuff, but just holistically, PSVR 2. We should talk about it.
Yeah, I think I do think that the PSVR 2, I'm not a VR guy, so to speak. If I was, I'd be probably excited. I do think what they have going on is much more interesting than the first generation of VR. But I'm still, none of it really gets me out of my seat to say I'm gonna go buy VR.
So I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I don't care about VR, at least not right now. I'm interested to see where the technology goes. I'm not a Luddite, but it doesn't hold any appeal for me.
Yeah.
What I was a little confused about is what does the PSVR 2 bring over the PSVR? Is it just better processing power?
Yeah, processing power. They pulled in a lot of the what do they call it? The DualSense controllers within their the whole thing. Yeah, so it's just improved hardware, processing, what have you.
I will say, they chose the perfect game to launch with it in Resident Evil 4.
Oh, yeah.
Resident Evil 4 on PSVR 2, I have to imagine, is a genuinely delightful experience. Well, delightful's the wrong word. A genuinely engaging experience.
Even if I was a VR guy, if I was a VR guy, I probably still, and I'm a Resident Evil fan, I probably still wouldn't play that game in VR.
No?
Dude, that game would terrify the shit out of me.
Well, yeah, well, that's the point. Like, that's actually one thing I will say that VR games do really well is if you are a fan of horror games, it's a whole different experience in VR.
I mean, they get me just without VR. I don't want to take the next level of that. And
I would play
put it
Dead
in
Space VR all day long.
Oh no, I would not.
Where I draw the line, I draw the line at games like Amnesia, or you remember the one that was going on for, what was it called, Phantasmagoria?
Oh yeah,
that one I can't. Yeah, no. I would not be. I would actually like die in playing that game. It would destroy my will to live, and I would just collapse in a puddle.
It's like, like if they had come out with like an Alan Wake VR. No freaking way, man. No.
Well, let's dial it back a little bit then. Just campy horror. So say like Dead by Daylight or Dead Island.
Oh yeah,
those would play VR.
Dead Island would be awesome in VR. I mean, and actually in the VR announcements, there was a VR game that looked. At first, I thought it was Dead Island VR, and it wasn't. But it was like it was survival horror. It's called Arizona Sunshine 2.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
So like that one seemed to me like it was like it's like
it was a weird like comedic zombie game.
Yeah. It was almost like Obsidian made Dead Island 2. That's what it felt like. So, but ultimately VR. I mean, look, if any of those games would get me out of my seat to buy it, it would be Arizona Sunshine. I'll be honest with you. Maybe Beat Saber. Beat Saber looked interesting.
Beat Saber is a genuinely fun game.
Outside of that though, like to me, it's like, okay, I'm gonna spend how much to play 2 games? No. And I still have to buy said games? No.
I don't have the liquid money to keep up with the hobbies I have now. All right. I'm gonna keep skipping a little bit. Try to hit the highlights going forward because we're running out of time here. Bungie's remake of Marathon.
I'm not super interested. Like, I understand. I think it's good. I just don't care.
I'm too young to have been around when the original Marathon was a big deal. So,
okay.
But I really like Bungie. And this look really fun to me, and I'm excited for a remaster of what I recognize as an important throwback game. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about it from probably more of an historical context than even just the gameplay itself. It's like the System Shock remake that looks really fun, but it's probably like it's a better game because it's a master of System Shock than if it was anything else.
Yeah, I think if they elevate this, and I'm guessing they will, if they elevate it to a level that makes a lot of sense, that I think I'm good with it. But I'm still not on the buying side of this one.
I'll keep my eye on it. I'll probably get it on sale, and I'll let you know how it is.
Sadly, we just get a trailer, so we have no clue what the hell the gameplay is going to look like.
Skipping forward, Destiny 2 DLC. Does anyone care?
So
Destiny is still a popular game. It genuinely is.
It is.
But it's got so many DLCs, like being not involved at all in Destiny anymore. I don't know if this DLC is a big deal or if it's just another bump in the roadmap.
I mean, but the question is it the final one? Is it the final DLC for Destiny 2?
I don't think so. I think they would have made a point to say that. but maybe I'm wrong. I'm not plugged into the Destiny 2 roadmap.
No, same here. But I think ultimately, Destiny 2 is a fine game. But to your point, like the amount of DLC that's out there, it's like mind numbing to figure out and weed through it of like what do I want, what I don't want. So, but ultimately, I don't think we care so much because we don't actively play the game. But I think it seems cool for the.
If you are an enjoyer of Destiny 2, congratulations, you have more content. It's always fun. That's about what that news means to me. Let's talk about this handheld controller / device / Wii U ripoff.
/ I don't give a bleep.
Project Q. I have one question for you. Why?
I'll rename it to Project Pew.
It doesn't look like poor design or anything. I'm just curious what's the point?
It's a DualSense controller with a screen in the middle. Like essentially speaking, that's what the hell this damn thing is.
And is it like? Am I understanding this correctly? The point of that is to stream your game from your console to your hand. Yep. Like it's like a Steam Deck. It's like a Steam Deck that only works if you're like within range of a console.
Yeah. Yes, or you could do it via online. Like they say you could do it over internet.
Okay. But why not?
I mean,
just release a handheld console. Like, why is this tethered?
I mean, it's literally a device you're going to spend $300 or so for. I'm guessing.
Oh God, I hope not.
$300 or $400 on a device for you to stream your freaking PlayStation 5. No, sorry.
No,
it's a chicka what?
If it was like a genuine competitor to say the Switch, like they said, all right, you've got the PlayStation 5. Guess what? We've got this new cool thing where I don't know what the purpose of it docking to your PlayStation would be, but you could take it off the PlayStation and play your games on the road, like some sort of like a PSP. just release another PSP. I'm increasingly befuddling myself with who and why this exists, who this is for and why it exists.
They are trying to provide that handheld service that Switch does with their games on the go, and but
that's not what it does.
I hear you. Like, here's my thought, right? Like, okay, I buy a game on a disc. If I'm on the road and I'm dialing into my PlayStation on the road, how do I change my next disc to play the next game?
You don't. But everybody buys digital, Chris. Discs are outdated. Blu-ray, more like Blu-ray belongs in the dump.
Or sits on my shelf because I know I'll have the game as long as I own it.
Well, you'll have a Steam download code.
Not all games. only those froofy games like the Call of Duties of the world.
60 gig or 100 gig Call of Duty. That was the last one. Anyway, I don't understand. But just to add confusion to already confusion, they also have branded wireless earbuds to go along with your not a Switch.
Like, seriously. Well, it's not just for the Switch. It's they work much like any of the other like wireless headphones, right? Or earbuds. You can connect them to multiple devices. So you can use them with your phone. You can use them with the PlayStation 5. You can use them with multiple applications. So I think it's fine. Like I actually at the PS4 days, I own the PlayStation like headset. Dude, the sound that comes out of the PlayStation headset was freaking phenomenal.
Sure. I would believe that they do make decent quality.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Decent quality audio peripherals, but
absolutely.
This is what they should have done. They should have made a new version of the PSP or the PS Vita, whatever their flavor that they want to do is. They should have made it a discless device so that if you have the game either on disc or on your account, you can download it to the device and take it with you. Or you can, if you're in range of your console, you can use it as a controller. That's what they should have done. What this is a mess.
Who wants this? Who's asked for this? Like, I haven't. Like, I just got a PS5 not too long ago. Why am I going to spend $300-$400 on a device that's going to have me play that PlayStation remotely anywhere I go? Screw it. I'll bring it with me. Take the plug. I'll plug it in another place. Like, why do I need this? I don't need this. It's just confusing. It's very confusing. Again, it would be different if you had a way to like manage your games and be able to download. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. It's just
if it was a full-fledged console like a PSP or a Vita, this would be interesting. Kind of like a Vita that you could use as a controller if you wanted to would be a really cool twist on the handheld console. Something like the Switch was trying to do. You know, it'd be more of a competitor to the Switch. And I think that about wraps it up, right? Nothing else of import really happened.
What about the multiple Spider-Mans you have on your list here?
Oh, I wrote Spider-Man in all caps about 6 times. No, that doesn't matter. Spider-Man! A lot of Spider-Man gameplay at the end of this expo. That game looks real good.
Oh, I can't wait. I think it's so I've played Miles Morales. I've played Spider-Man, the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And what they've done with the Spider-Man games ever since they rebooted the series on consoles, absolutely bananas fantastic. Like, it's definitely what we wanted in a Spider-Man game 10 years ago. And they delivered on it. And I think it's really good because it's a dynamic game. You can fly through the city like how you want to. Like, it's fantastic. That's all I'll say.
It looks great. And Symbiote Spider-Man, though. Symbiote Spider-Man is phenomenal.
Yeah. It's interesting. I'm not sure if I like it so much, but I think I like what they're doing with it within the game. It diminishes Venom, and that's the part of it to me that I'm just like,
How does it diminish Venom?
Because, it kind of does what Venom does, but different, right?
Well, that's what I mean. Venom's origin story, right? Like that was his origin story. I'm a Venom fanboy, so like
I'm a huge fan of Venom, and what I think this does is it kind of diminishes the Venom like character. Like, Venom has been unique for so long in the MCU and that universe, and the movies they've shat the bed on the movies.
The Sony Venom movies were garbage.
Yeah. And I can forgive that, but I can't forgive trying to basically demonetize the whole Venom storyline when they haven't even really truly done it right yet. And that's the thing that I'm just like,
I mean, did they talk about how he got the suit, or does he just kind of show up with it? Because that makes sense. He just shows up one day in a black symbiote suit, and nobody knows what's going on. That is like as close to the actual origin story as you can get.
I have not seen anything on what the story is there and how that all works out.
Because the trailer implies that Miles doesn't know what's going on.
Right. And so, I guess to that point, if this takes it to an origin perspective, then maybe I'm okay with it. But we'll see. I want to. It's a wait and see what the story is from that perspective. Regardless, though, I'm gonna play the game.
Now, here's the real question: if they do Venom Origin of Spider-Man in this game, and then they do the splitting, and he finds Eddie Brock, are we gonna get Topher Grace as Eddie Brock?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they keep on rewriting the Venom story, and I'm getting a little annoyed by it.
Yeah. Well, here's the issue. Venom is an interesting, complex character, like, once you actually, like, dig into him. But on the outside, he's just like an edgy 90s aesthetic. So people try to write him like they write early Punisher stuff, where it's like, I'm just a guy who does the thing and has teeth and I'm squiggly and people like that. No, you got to write it like an interesting character. They did that with John Barenthal's Punisher series, which was also USDA Chef's Kiss choice. Now they need to do the same thing with Venom and realize he's not just an edgelord with teeth. Like, that's Carnage.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Oh, man. Yeah, we're on the same page with that. And that's what I'm concerned about, what they're doing here. But regardless of that, I don't really care. The game looks cool as hell.
The game looks so good.
And whether I care or not about the whole symbiote perspective and whether, like, it makes sense in what they're doing, I'm still going to play it. I'm going to play it.
You gotta.
Miles Morales, man, that game is that game's a marvel. That game is no pun intended there. But it was great. It was it is a fantastic game, and I eventually I'll get back to playing it again.
You said you haven't seen the new movie yet.
No, I haven't. The
It was really
Multiverses
good.
movie.
Yeah. Did you see the first one? The first Miles Morales movie?
No, not yet. So
you gotta. So the first one was really good. It was a really just well-made, fun movie, and part of what made it good is that it was really groundbreaking for the period of time in which it came out. Animation style, energy, like it just like Marvel was the MCU was in a really dull, boring, cut and pasted kind of place, and the Miles Morales movie comes out and just shatters that. This second one now, like, is like, all right, we did that. We were the mold breaker. Now we're gonna triple down on that and be like just a fantastic film throughout. It was a really, really fun movie to see in the theaters. I really recommend it if you can swing it.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird because I don't like going to see movies by myself in the theater.
Yeah, I get that. I don't either. I drag my wife to shit.
So that's what I'm that's what I have to figure out. So to wrap us up, Mike, unscripted, unplanned question for you. Out of everything that we talked about, everything that was announced,
Spider-Man.
You don't even know my question yet.
Doesn't matter. The answer is Spider-Man.
What is your single most game that if you could say, I'm going to buy it right now to play it tomorrow morning, magical fairy dust, you able to, it doesn't matter what console, doesn't matter where it is, and it comes out tomorrow, what is the game you're buying tomorrow to play in that in at home?
Phantom Blade Zero.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I mean, Spider-Man's the obvious answer, so I'm not counting Spider-Man. Phantom Blade Zero is, like, clearly the next correct answer. Either that or Cat Quest Pirates of the Caribbean. It's a toss-up between Phantom Blade Zero and Cat Quest Pirates of the Caribbean.
That is a very specific, polarizing answer.
You've met
But
me.
but you know what's I have. But you know what's sad is I have a very similar. You might be surprised, but Alan Wake and Cat.
Yep. Alan Wake is probably my follow-up third. That looks a very solid looking game.
Yeah, so I am, again, no matter what, I'm getting all three of the games on this list that I'm my top three. My top three are Alan Wake, Phantom Blade Zero, and Cat Quest Pirates of the Caribbean.
No Spider-Man?
So, yes, it's on my list. But like I got to get through those three games before I play Spider-Man.
Yeah. I got time. Spider-Man won't come out on Steam for a while.
The only reason why I say that is I'm going to want to spend some time with Cat Quest. That game is
God, I hope it holds up. I really do.
Alan Wake, I can see it's probably going to be about a 10 to 12 hour game, so that game should be pretty straightforward to complete. And
it's
gonna
be like a not a visual novel, but like it's going to lean more into that narrative side, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. But if you've played like sort of Alan Wake's Nightmare or Alan Wake, like the first one, there's still some very, I mean, it's like not Tomb Raider. I'm sorry, a Resident Evil like.
Sure.
Right?
You got a story. You got some puzzles.
Yeah, and it's not. Yeah, so it's not full on like story, but it's not like heavy like button mashing kind of game. And so I think Alan Wake and Cat Quest are some great fodder for just pick up and go kind of games. And Phantom Blade Zero is one of those you're gonna spend some time playing that game.
Oh yeah.
So, and Spider-Man is also in that camp of you're going to spend some time playing that game.
Yep,
and
absolutely.
Ultimately, if I'm going to spend some time playing a game, I'm going to start with Phantom Blade Zero because I have been waiting for a game like this my entire life. Thank you for listening to our latest episode. You can comment on this and other episodes at galaxygametv.com. Be sure to check out our YouTube channel and follow us on Twitch for additional gaming content. Also, if you want to support our show or Galaxy Game TV, check out our Patreon for exclusive content and great giveaways to our supporters. Until next time, we bid you farewell.